Good evening. This is Eitan Shalom at the Body Mind Wellness Center, and I want to show you how I make chia seed pudding, if you want to call it pudding. And I'm making this video because one of my patients said to me that she tried to eat chia seed and it gave her a stomach ache. And I asked her, well, how did you make it? And she said, oh, I just sprinkled it on top of my cereal. So the thing is, chia seed isn't like a sunflower seed or pumpkin seed. You can't really eat them that way. What you need to do is soak them in water. I really like to take my chia seed. I don't know if you can see that this is sort of ground up. I have a spice grinder. It's a high power coffee grinder that I use for spices. So I put my chia seed in there for just 3 seconds, no more than that. And it just helps to break up the shell and makes it even more like pudding. But if you prefer to have the whole chia seed, you can also use that. And I mix some ground flaxseed in with the chia seed. And so both chia seed and flaxseed are very rich in water-soluble fiber. They're also both high in amino acids, omega 3s and 6, I think 3 and 6, but omega fatty acids, and also minerals. I find that chia seed pudding is really good with older people who are prone to constipation, but it can be a very good food for anybody who suffers with constipation. But it's also just a very delicious and healthy food. So here what I've done is, so then the key point is that what you want to do to make it digestible is to soak it overnight. And I use water that I've boiled in the tea kettle, so it's right off the boil, like as if you were making tea or coffee. And so there's my ground chia seed and flax seed, and I've added saffron. That's fresh saffron that my friend brought back from Spain from her father's garden, handpicked by her own father. And then I'm going to add some ground cardamom powder. I'm adding that. And then I'm going to add some fresh ground ginger from India. This particular ginger has a very strong smell, and you can see it's kind of a bit dark in color. So I'm going to add a little bit of that. I don't always add ginger, but I like ginger and cardamom and saffron together. I also like cardamom, saffron, and cinnamon together. So there's some cinnamon from Sri Lanka, which is the best cinnamon for reducing blood sugar, although I don't believe it really has that effect unless you take large amounts, more than what you'd put in a foodstuff. So, but I like that combination, cinnamon, ginger, saffron, and cardamom. And now I'm going to add the hot water. And normally I would have 2 hands. So as I was adding the water, I would be mixing it. But actually, I'm going to add more water. So I'm going to just add all the water at once. So a fairly liberal amount of water. And then I'm just going to stir it like this, which, because I only have 1 hand, is not going to work as well because the bowl's going to move. But I'm using a wire whisk, and I'm just stirring it because it's going to, if you don't stir it right away, it'll form lumps. So there, that's going better now. So I'm just going to stir it really well so that there's no lumps, and then it's kind of absorbing the water and thickening. So I'm going to add some more water. Now, if you buy chia seed pudding at a place like Whole Foods, it always has coconut milk in it. And sometimes I like to add coconut milk. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I like to add soy milk or any kind of nut milk. So generally, it's much better if you add some kind of milk, either coconut milk or soy milk, or if you want, you can even use cow milk or goat milk. So there you have it. You see the saffron isn't dissolved yet. I'm gonna leave this overnight, and in the morning the saffron will have bled. I'm gonna just put this down and deal with it after I'm done with the video. There's some saffron stuck to this, which I want to put in there. So that saffron will bleed into the chia seed pudding overnight. And the other thing I'm going to do, I'll do it tomorrow. I might do it actually tonight when I'm done with this. I'm going to add some fruit. So some of the fruits that are really good in chia seed pudding are, well, tropical fruits can be nice, like pineapple or mango when they're in season. I really like dragon fruit when it's available. But I'll also put grapes, any kind of grape, dark black grape are the highest in the, I forget the nutrient that's in grapes that's good for you, you know, like that's associated with benefit to the heart. It's highest in dark grapes, that nutrient, and begins with an R. And then also, I like, you know, even chopped apple, chopped pear. I think the only fruit that I don't, or berries in season, the only fruit that I've not put in chia seed pudding is citrus, though there's no reason why you couldn't do that if you like that. So I'm going to leave this overnight, and then tomorrow I will add some soy milk to it, maybe some coconut milk, maybe both, and then I'll add the fruit, and I'll show you what it looks like tomorrow after it's soaked overnight. I don't want to add the milk now because it's hot, and I want the chia seed to quote unquote sort of cook. And you can see now how the saffron is bleeding into the pudding. And then the thing I didn't mention is some kind of sweetener. I will add some monk fruit sugar, maybe some stevia. I might add a little bit of coconut water. I actually will add some coconut water, and that'll be the way that I sweeten it. If I add coconut milk has natural sweetness to it as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having this tomorrow. This is often what I'll have for breakfast, is my chia seed pudding. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.